Now then, I'm going to show you in a little bit more detail some of the features of the Zeta sleeping bags. Now of course, as you're probably aware, the Zeta bags are very specialist pieces of equipment. They were designed particularly for north face ascents in the Alps, where you may be sleeping on bivvy ledges and so on the route, and so they're designed for quite extreme, quite specialist types of conditions. Now I've got a bag here. I've pulled the bag out of my kit. It's a field testing bag. I've just pulled it out of the stuff sack, and it's a Zeta sleeping bag, but it's got a few of the optional features included in it. I'll just show it up. I'll just lift it up so you can see it in a bit more detail. Now it's a Zeta bag. It has a cowl over the top of it, but also this version of the Zeta sleeping bag is made in a waterproof fabric, Dri-LX, and that is a taped waterproof shell over the top of it, and it actually has a taped cowl on top of it. But I'm going to pull the cowl out of the way, and I'm just going to show you the very basic details of the Zeta sleeping bag. First of all, it's synthetic. It's made with Primaloft, and it's designed for those quite specific conditions where you might be sleeping on a belay ledge, and you would almost certainly keep your clothes on while you're getting in, take your boots off and get inside. And they're designed to protect you from the conditions on an alpine face and north face, conditions where snow might be coming down the face and you're needing protection overnight to keep you warm and get you through that bivvy style of night. So the first unique feature particularly of this bag for us is this synthetic wadding. These are filled with Primaloft. Right, the other distinctive feature in the early design, the original design of the bag, were these two short zips on the front of the bag. And I'll just lift one up, but they're two-way zips now. So the zip can be taken down. I'll do this one as well. Hope you can see this. But the zip can be taken down and allows you to get in and out of the bag very easily, even if you've got all your clothing and so on. Easily get inside the bag on a belay ledge. And just while I'm showing you this front piece, there's a stash pocket on the front there for chucking your gear in and making sure it's very easily accessible. So that's the first detail on those two front zips. But the more unique feature of this design here is that it's a two-way zip. The zips are undone from the inside, so you're using it from the inside, zip pullers on the inside there, and it'll open up there and there. So that allows for this specific type of bivvying where you can sit up, you're inside the Zeta bag, the bivvy bag, but you can sit up in it and you can cook. So you can put your arms through, if I just won't put it on, but essentially you can put your arms through there. You're inside the bag still, warm and protected, but you can sit inside it and sort your kit out, or use a jet boil, cook some food, or boil up a brew and so on. Those zip pulls are on the inside. The top one's a rollover zip pull, but the other one's inside, so it's done from the inside. As I say, this one is a unusual. This bag has got more options fitted onto it. If you look at the website product page, we build these to order, of course. We can build them how you want. This one has a waterproof shell over the top of it and a cowl. Okay, now I'll just shape it for you so you can see it. This white bit is the cowl. It's the inside of the cowl. That's an optional extra, but that's the hood shape there. It's got cord lock there, and it's also got a cord lock on the inside, so you can cinch in the front of it as well. So it cinches at 3 points. I'll just show you the cowl as well. If you use a cowl, if you have the Zeta made in Ultrashell fabric, which isn't taped, it's got a water resistant property to it, but it isn't a taped outer. If you have the cowl option for that, then the cowl will be made in the same fabric. If you have a waterproofed version of this bag in Dri-LX, then the cowl will also be taped and so on to protect you. The idea of the cowl is really to protect you from spindrift and snow coming down a face. It's not really designed for all out Scottish bivvying in the rain. There's better ways to do things like that, isn't there? Using a tarp and so on. But it's a protective cowl. It's a very large cowl. That's one thing to just point out. It's shaped and it's large. So it's a cowl big enough to sit up in. If you were sitting up inside this, you could be under the cowl sorting out your kit and so on. So it's a rather large piece of fabric, and it's actually taped and shaped to make it very easy to work underneath it. But as I say, the design of that cowl is not specifically for full-on horrible Scottish rain. It's designed for the face of a cliff, the face of a mountain where spindrift snow, wet snow possibly, and water coming down it are causing trouble if you're sleeping on a little belay ledge or a platform. So that's the cowl. It can be just pushed out of the way. As I say, this bag, it actually looks a little bit creased and crumpled and so on because I've just taken it out of the stuff sack, and it's one of my field testing pieces. But that's the basic shape of the top of the Zeta. Now, also with the Zetas, there's a full range of options, so you can really specify it how you want. There's a lot of different sizes, widths and lengths to get just a good fit for you. But also there's options of the zips. Now the basic design, the starting point of the design is have the twin zips. You don't have to have any zips. You can remove those as an option, get those off, reduce the cost, reduce the weight and not have them. Equally, if you want a full length zip, you can have a full length zip put into the Zeta bag. So they can be made into a very simple bag without any features, but the starting point is as a bivvy bag for a big wall climber. Looking at just one other feature on there is this tether, this clip loop. It's just to secure the bag on a ledge, so it can be held onto a carabiner and a piece of tat or something. It's not designed to be used when you're sleeping. If you were sleeping on a ledge, obviously you'd use belay equipment and ropes and be fixed to the rock. But it's just to secure the gear in the way that it prevents it. On a day like today, it's quite blowy here today on the moors, but it just is used to secure it and stop it blowing away while you're sorting out kit. Just at the only other features to tell you is there's quite a lot of reflect on here. That's just for nighttime location, as you know, just for safety feature and easy to find kit or people with in the beam of a torch. But as I say, the basic start point of a Zeta sleeping bag is that it's been designed for belay ledges, for climbers to overnight on a big wall. It's been designed with Primaloft so that it'll deal with a big range of conditions. The idea is that you'd use this kit with your clothing on, take your boots off and get in, that type of situation. But it's got these zips designed into it for living with the belay kit, really, so that you can actually, living with the bivvy kit, so that you can actually easily sort kit out when you're waking up in the morning, get your climbing kit ready, or manage a stove while you're still inside it and warm. So it's that type of design. Okay, there you go. That's the basic principles of the Zeta bags. All right, cheers.